Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to be playing Nightfall again. Obviously, I think this deck is very fun, but it's actually pretty competitively relevant at the moment. And with the tournaments coming up soon, I thought it'd be interesting to keep testing it out to see if it's worthy of a spot in my lineup for the weekend, because I do really enjoy the deck. I'm not sure if it's the best, but it felt really good the last time I played. And so I wanted to come back, tweak the deck list just a little bit to see how it plays. There have been a few different lists running around. Trickster Sorry just uploaded a video with a very, very different list than what I run. Like, for example, his only ran 3 Solari Soldiers and 3 Onlookers as the only one-drops. As you can see, we run 12 one-drops, so a little bit more on the aggressive side. No Winding Light in Trickster Sorry's list, instead something like Atrocity. And so I figured we'd come in, tweak the deck list a little bit, and just see how we can tweak it to get to the best build. Because I think there are a lot of options at the moment to see how you want to build this. The changes I made from my last video, I cut 2 copies of Glimpse Beyond, and I cut 1 copy of Stalking Shadows in order to put in 2 copies of Crescent Guardian and 1 copy of Fading Memories. Fading Memories as a 0-mana Nightfall activator feels really good, and Crescent Guardian is actually pretty useful to help push some overwhelm damage in the early game. Because the last time I played, I don't even think we got a single big Winding Light turn. So I'm a little curious about the Winding Light. I'm thinking I might even like cut the Winding Light and go with like a copy of Cygnus and a copy of Moonlight Affliction. So, like I said, there's still so much I think for this deck to really be tested with. I'm not quite sure the direction I want to go, but I'm pretty happy with this solid core of cards. Like, I really enjoy the 12 one-drop package. You're always very consistently pushing damage in the early game. And in the late game, you can rebuild your board. You activate your champions pretty quickly. Tempting to keep Nocturne just because it's kind of important for us to kill their champions. We're not attacking on turn 4, which might actually make it easier for us to activate Nightfall on turn 5. But if we're not playing this card until turn 5, I don't know if that's the right play here. I think I'm just going to try to look for other stuff. Obviously, we run 12 one-drops. Not seeing a single one of them in 9 looks at cards is a little disappointing. So at this point, we're just going to have to pass. We can't activate. We can't play anything into Samira. But now that they play Action, we could go Diana. And depending on what we draw next turn, we give her Challenger. It's just hard for us to challenge them because they're the ones with pump spells. This is an awkward matchup. Their deck kind of just does things better than us.
Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you from our foes.
Justice was fast.
Alright, that's nice. We can set up our Nocturne on turn 5 now pretty easily. Actually, that works out fairly well. That means this upcoming turn, we can go Dustbringer plus Crescent Guardian, and the following turn we can go Dust plus Nocturne. But this guy's gonna level. Can't really do too much about it, so.
We were peaceful once.
In and out.
Like, this feels pretty bad. This matchup doesn't feel good at all. I wonder if that's an argument to not play it on ladder. Because I'm trying to think of what a lineup would look like in the Runeterra Open this weekend. If they're running Samira Action, they're probably not running crazy Targon Invoke with Star Shaping and the Cosmic Youngling. And so you might be able to ban this deck because it is so good. Like, my nightmare matchup, if I bring Nightfall, is running into like Samira Akshan, where this kind of just happens. And their other decks are those big Invoke decks and healing decks. That's kind of troublesome. So now we're going to have to either throw away our Nocturne or our Crescent Guardian. And that's if they don't have a Quicksand. So it's looking really tough. Like, I'm going to have to. I think I have to put the pressure on here, right? Why are they holding up this mana? They're just gonna kill our Nocturne in return though, right? Like if they have Right Negation, that doesn't matter. We could just draw a card. See if we draw something. Or we could just attack. They kill this for free. We could potentially push for 9 damage. I'll see what they do. I think I'm going to be a little more cautious with Nocturne. Maybe they don't have an optimal play this turn if they were really relying on killing our Nocturne here. Well, if they block our... Oh, interesting. I will do this. I think it's probably worth the card cycle, because I'd rather set up a big board for Winding Light. Maybe we can find like an extra 1-drop. Okay. That's reasonable too. If the champions have Spell Shield, we can work around that.
Unseen, unheard.
Now we might be able to kill them if they don't have like a crazy wild Samira turn here. Okay, that's actually a fantastic draw. If this round ends, I think we can really hit them hard next turn. Brutal. I was really hoping they wouldn't find Samira. I'll still just wait for them to end the round. Unfortunately, our flight's probably going to eat one.
This is justice.
Let me think about the math here. Like, there's no way they're going to rally with Samira next turn. So I'm going to make it seem like I'm thinking about something. But if I go Stalking Shadows here, we have 3 mana left over. If I find out exactly a 1-drop, we go down to 2 mana. So next turn we'll have 7 mana, plus 2 mana, which is just enough to play Dusk, Winding Light, plus Unto Dusk. So I'm going to go Stalking Shadows and look for a 1-drop. Not the ideal one, but it works. Like a Boisterous Host or a Flight would have been nice there, because they at least provide value after this turn. But it's just a 2-1 that's hopefully going to become like a 6-3. And the good thing is our Winding Light has an Enter the Battlefield trigger, plus this Burst Speed trigger. So even if they have a Strike spell next turn to kill our Winding Light, it's not the worst thing in the world.
You like it? Shut up and fight.
And I think it's better to go Winding Light. Just go for the pure raw overwhelm damage on board with these units, plus the elusive damage. Because if they have Quicksand, they still have to spread out the Quicksand effect, so it doesn't reduce the damage all that much. Whereas if I put Nocturne, like these two don't become fearsome blockers, but that's them having no pump spell to activate it, really, to turn them into fearsome blockers. I don't think the upside's as high. And so then we get another huge buff here with Unto Dusk. And so we're kind of going all in. Swinging Glaive, finding something like an Overwhelm would probably be the end for us. Or they run Absolver, right? They main deck Absolver. They shouldn't be able to take pretty much any good trades this turn, hopefully. Oh, like that'll do it, yeah. So they might be able to sneak out one okay block. But they're still going to be 6 HP, so they're going to have to commit more spells. We'll see how it goes. Man, they're really churning out the pump spells on the champions here. Hopefully it means like they're I mean, I don't even know. Because these things are just going to keep flipping and they're just going to keep drawing cards. Like, it's not like we're running them out of resources. And I'll swing it with everything. If they want to take one good block, go for it. Because we're pushing 12 elusive damage.
What a shame.
You can thank me later.
Not a chance.
Nice. So that was not bad. Turn 7. Pretty big attack on turn 7 here, huh? This is why I love Lunar Shadestalkers, man. They just, like, they chip in so much good damage over the course of the game. And then they really help you finish off the game, too. Pretty cool. That felt good. I was a little worried there for a second. I felt like they were really going wild with their action early in the game. Okay, another matchup against Samira Action. I don't love this hand. I'm really not convinced Diana's any good in this matchup early on. She's just like a worse Samira. Plus they have pump spells. I can keep Onlooker and look for another one-drop because we have so many.
Only a fool
Okay,
would
we can punish them. We could go like Dust Petal Dust into a Diana. That'd be pretty good. I'll swing in and try to take the damage here. If they don't have a unit, we get to sneak in a lot of damage.
take the shot or lose the chance. No more hiding.
We can go Boisterous Host plus Diana. It'll activate Diana's trigger when she enters the battlefield, even though, you know, she obviously doesn't need challenge for this round. But then next turn, when we play Shadestalker, that'll be the third, and possibly a Pale Cascade could be fourth.
Find your own light
Or we could just
in
try to
darkness.
kill
Yours
Samira
is
here.
what I cherish, Moon Sister.
Does that work ever? Almost certainly not. Brutal. Like, this is insane. I don't know. Our deck just isn't as good. At least in these situations, you know what I mean?
Temperamental as moonlight. Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you from our foes.
If they have any pump spell, it just looks so bad. And if I end the round, we just start losing our units for free, you know what I mean? I don't even know if this is reasonable, but I want to try to start finding some higher end options. Like maybe we can hit something like a Cygnus.
The moon is our queen, the night her kingdom.
Or if we hit a Stygian Onlooker. Oh my gosh, so now we can actually try to get after Samira. Because our Diana's going to die next turn for free.
We're not
So this really helps us push a ton of damage.
back.
Okay, so if I attack, they have one, they can only play one spell, right? Do they have anything that gives them plus 2 HP? Like Shadestone only gives 1. And they wouldn't be able to level Samira, so we'd actually get her? Is that possible? I want to take the gamble. Diana, like I said, is dead next turn. The upside of this play is huge. I'm going to try to rip it.
Not a chance.
Because they don't have Quicksand. Like, what do they have to save her? Flare wouldn't level her. And that wouldn't be enough anyways. Awesome. That's so huge. Okay. That was totally a high roll, hitting that Stygian Onlooker. But you gotta play to your outs, you know? Turn 5, we got a clear board Nocturne in hand and Winding Light.
We live in
Okay.
hallowed times.
Yeah. Probably worth it to play Nocturne activated next turn.
Cloaked in silver light. Even a full moon has a dark side.
I do not break rules, I bend them slightly.
Face your heretic.
I'm gonna pull this because if they do have a pump spell, which they almost certainly do, I don't want them to be able to block Nocturne. Man, I don't know. These past two games, I feel like we're really far behind. Okay, well that's pretty good. They still lose action for free. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm just gonna let this resolve first. And I'll play Unspeakable Horror because if we find Doom Beast, we can kill them next turn. I guess that wouldn't kill them next turn. I mean, is it worth it? We're gonna need a second card to activate Doom Beast anyways. And if we just keep Unspeakable Horror as the Nightfall activation, I'm just gonna pass. Worst comes to worst, our following attack turn, we can use Unspeakable Horror to activate the Winding Light. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna draw. Because now we win if we hit Doom Beast off of one of these Unspeakable Horrors. we hit. We got the Stitched Onlooker in the first game and Doom Beast perfectly in the second game. That's hilarious. Yep, you got it. That's actually kind of funny. I'll take that. That's kind of funny. I tried playing some Legends of Runeterra yesterday, off stream because I was only playing a few games. But I was, or no, did I stream? Gosh, I did stream yesterday. I was so tired. Yesterday was like so weird. I only had like 4 hours of sleep last night, so I don't feel like I played very well on the stream. But I was really grumpy at myself for not playing well. So I tried climbing a little bit later in the night, and it went really bad. I tried playing Pirates and Plunder, and oh my gosh, I just got so decimated. Yeah, I'll sneak in my damage if I can, or just get a blocker set up for next turn.
Choose death or the blade.
I love the Nightfall versus aggro matchups. It's one of my absolute favorites in the game. I think that the decks just have such subtle differences in the way they play that make it so fascinating. Like, we can try to sneak damage through with these weird fearsomes, whereas they go Overwhelm and Challengers, yeah, like the Flame Chompers. And we have this really cool top end with like our Nocturne level up and our Winding Light attack, whereas they rely more on burn damage. We have heals. Like, I think it's really fascinating.
Welcome, one and all, to the Midnight Revel!
I don't know if they're going to attack here. Interesting. I'm thinking of just going Doom Beast Onlooker. Never mind. This is a lot of damage on turn 3. Especially in the aggro mirror. Like, are they gonna have to block with their Draven here? I'm swinging in with everything.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
That's a lot of damage, my guy.
Time for the
What?
Makers.
What? Surely. What did that do? I'm so confused.
God, axes need victims. And I thought I was already perfect. We shall sing, dance, and forget our
Oh, jeepers. Can they level Jinx this turn? That'd be pretty bad. Oh, wow. Okay, I kind of want to take this attack before they can have a Jinx. But I don't think that's going to work, because if they have Jinx, they still have to take the action to play the rocket.
You won't get past
Oh.
me. It's young.
Alright, that went pretty smoothly. If they have Draven's spell, I don't think that'd be enough. Alright, good game. I don't like how many card games I want to follow. Like, I really want to get good at Legends of Runeterra, cause like I make masters every season, but like I've never convinced myself to be brave enough to get into tournaments. Cause like when I get into tournaments, I just pull out. I always get so nervous. Like I'd love to be able to do that, but then I also wish I was like, I should do a stream for Magic the Gathering. I should do a stream for Lorcana. Ah man, I really love collecting Pokemon cards. You know, it's like, I need to just chill out, bro. Okay, this matchup is not great. I'll keep Lunari Shadestalker because it's they're forced to pretty much use 2 spells to remove it, compared to something like a Diana, right? Or our early units. I would like some early units. Yeah, perfect. Because it can push some early pressure and it forces them to use their removal spells to get rid of our like dinky units. Like if they force to use Blade's Edge on this dude at some point, we're happy. But if we're going to race them down, I need units like Shadestalker that forces them to commit multiple resources at a time.
Lunari,
And I'm going to be very, very, very cautious about playing this Onlooker, because it's a very impactful card if they don't have an answer right away. But because they have things like Caustic Rift, I want to be a little cautious. And because they don't have many units, next turn, okay, I was gonna say we could do it vice versa, but next turn I'll go Dust Petal Dust plus Shadestalker or plus Onlooker, or we can go Dust Petal Dust Guardian plus Onlooker. And if we go Dust Petal Dust plus Crescent Guardian, I think I am willing to run an Onlooker into a potential Caustic Rift, because it makes it difficult for them to use their resources properly. If they use a Caustic Riff... Oh wait, I messed that up, huh? Okay, well I guess I'm going Shadestalker Onlogger. Oopsies, that's fine. That's still a good play, I think. Okay. This Anna can't even block well. And no Caustic Riff, so we get to push a lot of damage here. And it's 3 triggers for our Nocturne level up, so on our next attack turn we can get him leveled up too. I need to be very careful about any leveling. Like, I'd love to find a Diana. Again, they could kind of just trade with a Mystic Shot, but I don't want them getting Tibbers. It really makes it difficult for us to set up our attacks that way. Whoa. I guess they're looking for Tibbers too, just taking 6 damage like that. We can't really activate Nocturne next turn. I'm thinking I'm just gonna play Crescent Guardian here. Because I'm just trying to go wide and aggro them down at this point. Like a 3/3 overwhelm is whatever. But if I save him in hand, we're never getting all our units out on board at this point. We just don't have the cards in hand to activate our Nightfall. So I'm gonna hope next turn we top deck something that can activate our Nocturne level up. Or our Nocturne Nightfall condition. Perfect. They still don't have a broad main available. Caustic Riff isn't all that bad. And we kind of just win if they can't deal with our Nocturne. So I'm gonna rip it. Either way, it like makes it awkward for them. They're forced to use, you know, Blade's Edge Flock or something. We're looking all right. Obviously, we could go for the play of like Shadestalker, attack, and then play Doombeast. That's also a reasonable play. Because like Caustic Riff plus Flock does deal a decent amount of damage here.
Your time will come.
Okay. They might have Flock. So I'm going to attack like this. So if they have Flock, they're not killing any of our units that are pushing actual damage. And this still isn't dying in the trade. I'm really scared about Annie though. I'd love a flight. Oh, that's interesting. Again, we don't have any way to activate our Nightfall.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
Hopefully they just take this pass and we top deck.
This way. This way. Burning. Must we fight?
I don't want to give them an excuse to use spells to get Annie leveled up. Again, I'm just gonna play my cards out, get some units on board. Like the elusive is slightly relevant with Ezreal, but I'm just gonna get my Doombeast activation and hope we top deck something to activate Winding Light. That's not good. Now I wish I really had elusive. We put them down to 3, so if we find, I don't know, Pale Cascade or Onto Dusk, anything to get our Winding Light, we should be good. No. I can't believe we're going to lose this. They're going to get Tibbers and Tibulk down soon. We don't really have a great attack. Like, this guy's literally just a blank 6/6. I think I'm just gonna open. We still have plenty of top decks. Like, we still have 2 Doom Beasts in deck. And Unspeakable Horror. Wow. I'm a little shocked. I thought we were, like, really close to losing that one. I'll take it, though. I don't even know what they possibly could have had in hand. But, like, I wonder if they would have gotten out of that if we did... Let's say we did top deck a Pale Cascade or whatever to activate our Nightfall on our Winding Light, and then they had, like, an Arachnoid Sentry. I don't think that would have gotten them out of it. So I think... I don't know what happened in their hand that we weren't able to... That we were able to finish it off there, but... Okay, remember I was saying I love the aggro mirror? The Freljord part of their deck scares me a little. And they have a much bigger top end in Darius than, like, the Jinx decks do in terms of on-board pressure. Like, Jinx obviously is more reliant on the burn spells, but we can still kill Jinx with, like, a Diana challenge pretty easily. It's much harder for us to get after Darius. I wonder where Diana Leona feels at the moment. I'm not going to throw away my Duskbringer into their Omen Hawk. Our Diana... Oh my gosh. Our Diana can kill them off fairly easily. Plus, our Winding Light turn can just go over them if the game draws that late.
Welcome, one and all, to the Midnight Revel!
Unseen, alert, the new moon conceals you from our foes.
You're wearing that?
Night flowers upon my blade. The promise of a new moon upon you, Bloom Tender.
Yeah. I'm just going to start here. If we hit another 1-drop, we can go Dust Petal Dust into the 1-drop. That'd be insanely nasty. Wow. I'm pretty happy to see that, yeah. And I'll just take my 3 damage in the air. Like, they did that just to keep their Omen Hawk alive. That can't feel great. I'll see if I can bait out more responses from them. Like, if they use a Might here. You got it, my guy.
We will be free. Night flowers upon my blade. The promise of a new moon.
I'm just gonna do this because obviously we're not getting the maximum heal value, but our Diane is leveled. We're just putting so much pressure on board when they literally have an Omen Hawk on board. Even if it is the chunkiest Omen Hawk, I think we're still okay. The flight? Yeah, I'll do it. I just want the elusive damage too, and it gives me an excuse to see what else they'll develop into that we can chase with Diana.
The winter's claw strikes.
I can go here,
Moonlight guide me.
so that we can go
Lunari.
like this. And now if they block Omen Hawk into either of these, they're forced to use a combat spell.
No more
And we're still just pushing a ton of excess damage over here. Oops, I forgot we had the Hallow Trigger. I should have done that with this unit as well, you know what I mean? Oopsies, that's fine. We're still pushing fine amount of damage, but probably missed out on either killing their Omen Hawk or an extra point of damage. So. Oops. I forget did we already activate Nightfall that turn? I wasted one Dust Petal Dust. Let's use. Okay. So we have lethal just with our elusives.
My axe is ready.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little spooky.
The Winter's Claw.
You leave me no recourse.
Like, if they have Might here, we just lose the game. Let it go. Really, resolve it. Resolve it. You're fine. You're fine. You don't need to risk it. You don't need to risk it. This is certainly a situation where Moonlight Affliction would look nice. If they go Might, we can go Dust Petal Dust into Pale Cascade, hoping to dig for another Unspeakable Horror. Ooh. Okay, so now they're not in Noxian Fervor range. And I'm just going to play out my cards and open attack. Oops, I forgot we had I thought vulnerable was only for round. Obviously I should have just pulled him. But yeah. Okay, GG. Undefeated so far today, not bad. At least I think we are, right? I think I was a little loose that game, but we were pretty far ahead. Like that last turn, I definitely should have just pulled with the Onlooker. Sundisk, okay. I had a good game of Plunder against Sundisk yesterday. I think we should look pretty alright in this matchup. Heck yeah, dude, I love the flight. I'll probably save him for a future turn. I'll just go with Boisterous Host, because if they have, like, the Forsaken Bakai, I want them to trade into my Boisterous Host early on.
Only a fool would enter battle.
We could just play Nocturne and annihilate this poor little Clockling. I think it's probably just better to go Flight, though. Definitely a little bit of an awkward curve. Like, Onto Dusk, Winding Light, Doom Beast weren't quite the best draws for this stage of the game. Hmm.
I've got gravel cakes and slag fruit.
I won't kill this. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Because they're going to have a landmark to destroy anyway. Although they don't want to destroy this one. I'd really love to... Hold on a second. Isn't this perfect? That was literally the best top deck I was thinking of. I really wanted to play Nocturne on one of their champions. Like, that's a really, really big deal. Now if we go Dust Petal Dust, 1 mana Diana, then we can go Nocturne and keep up Unto Dusk. Okay. Perfect. I love like turns like this. I don't know if this turn's going to come out to be like exceptional, but it feels so smooth. Let me check my microphone. I never ever check my microphone. It's a bad habit. And thankfully this time it's working. Okay. If they play a champion, can Nocturne kill it? Probably not a 0, right? 6 health? No, he's just 5 health. Okay. I'd love to see them slamming a Xerath here. That'd be so big for us. Not falling for it. We could level up Diana. She'd only become a 3/3 though, right? I'll go for it. If they play Xerath, we might just be able to kill them. We have exactly lethal if they play Xerath. Huh. Curious. Never mind, we wouldn't, because Nocturne wouldn't be leveled. Oopsies.
I will be heard.
Mike's fine. Gotcha. Thank you. How are you doing, Canadian? I think this is reasonable. You're sleepy? Alright, now I'm just going to save Winding Light for our next turn. Even if they play a Xerath here, I don't think we're dead. Mind to control.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Wash away all that troubles you.
Alright, I'm just slamming Winding Light plus Unto Dusk here. Whoa, that was close.
Arrogance will cost you again.
They tried to blind me with resplendence, but they could not break me.
Diana's level up animation is like 15 times cooler than theirs. Alright, Diana's huge, going after Xerath. Elusive. Big overwhelm dudes, swinging in. And hopefully it's enough. They'd have to have like double quicksand, right? Because if they're saving Xerath, they'd have to use a full quicksand on Diana. Like, quicksand does save them. Ooh. Good one. GG. Always a fun one to beat Sundisk. It's one of the most satisfying wins for me when we beat Sundisk. Oif, not confident that this one's gonna go well. Not bad. I'll keep Nocturne. This game's going to go long. I really need to threaten their champions. I do want to put pressure on them so they can't play like a turn 3 Scrapatron. So I'd love... Not that. We probably don't have a great way to activate Shadestalker on turn 2.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
Yeah, they're probably pretty happy to just take this and play a 6-drop next turn. Onlooker. That's actually not that bad. Yeah, this is actually kind of good. I can go Dust Petal Dust plus Unspeakable Horror plus Shadestalker. Or blank Unspeakable Horror, blank Shadestalker. That wouldn't work. I was trying to think if we could play Stygian Onlooker plus Nocturne next turn.
Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Ah, that's a good one. Now is it worth it to go with a Nocturne next turn? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna go like this. Go Heaven's Aligned into Onlooker next turn. Oh baby. I'll go Flight Onlooker this turn, keep up Pale Cascade. I don't know if they run Caustic Rift, but that'd be a fairly okay turn for us. I'll keep this dude around for a Winding Light turn. I don't really think I want him to run into here right now. Another Nocturne, okay. So now I'm much happier to throw out this first Nocturne into their champions. Like right now, if they stick a Heimer, it gets a little more difficult. Because yeah, grant an enemy vulnerable is pretty big. We could really throw the wrench at them next turn. I can't think of the right phrase, so I went with wrench. Throw the kitchen sink at them. Like if we go a Flight Nocturne this turn, Next turn we'll have 8 mana. So we could potentially go Stalking Shadows into a double Crescent Guardian or something like that. And that'd level up our Nocturne. Throw the book at them. Yeah, that's a good one. Throw the book at them. But I think throw the book at them is more like a law thing. Like if you're gonna arrest somebody for all the terrible things they've done, you're throwing the book at them. Okay, well, what's good here? I don't know. Maybe it's just Diana now. She's pretty chunky. Now we have a way to get after the champions this turn as well. Plus we leave up our interaction if we need to. And Nocturne will level, so these guys can't block. We might just kill them here. Like if they just play Heimer, he's not even a fearsome blocker. Shock Blast, Aftershock. Okay, I'll start with a Pale Cascade. Ooh, that's a good draw too. That lets us still level up our Nocturne. And using 2 cards on our Diana there feels pretty good. Now they need to kill one of our Nightfall units. Or I think we just win the game. Because these 3 units alone with the 3 health. Ah, brutal. Okay. Still a reasonable turn.
Whatever the cost.
They can kill our flight if they want, but they're still going pretty low. We have another Nocturne in hand. And we could potentially find 2 Doom Beasts. Plus an Unto Dusk, that'd be lethal. So even a Vile Feast would only put them up to 6. So triple Doom Beast trigger would be good enough to get him. Then I think I'll just go with our big chunky Overwhelms. Okay, I'm gonna block here. I'd rather block with and trade with the unit rather than trade with a Mystic Shot or something. Because this guy's probably dead to like a removal spell. And getting rid of that unit is pretty big. Because now our Nocturne can come down this turn. And they won't have many fearsome units. I want to be careful with how we develop here. Like Shadestalker plus Nocturne is 6 mana. And we wouldn't be able to play Crescent Guardian after a Ruination. Okay, that's not a Ruination. Is it worth the Pale Cascade? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna try to keep Nocturne alive through a Shock Blast.
Oh, you will be free.
They need to kill him or else we get the fearsome attack too. Cause like Shock Blast at least won't kill our Nocturne now. Vengeance will, of course. Alright, stop with your removal shenanigans, Mr. Heimer Jace player. Let's go! Woo, I think we played that pretty well. Still undefeated, oh my goodness, this deck is on fire! Not bad. You could really... Oh, here's the other thing, this thing I was thinking. Put him under the gun. Ah, Silver LeBlanc! My heart makes me happy just to see that. Okay. If we lose a game today in this video, I'd be okay with it being this one. Nocturne seems reasonable. All their units might be pretty low HP, but I probably need to be aggressive for our early drops. Because Diana's also reasonable. Diana essentially fills the same role as Nocturne in terms of giving their key units vulnerable that have low stats. And I'd rather get more aggressive on turn 1. Haha. Thank you. I needed that really bad. That's actually really good for us, I think. We get to push 4 damage. Plus this can just block this whenever we need to in the future. And it gives us an easy Nightfall activator. Man, do you guys remember Treasure Seeker? Oh, I miss the days. Oh, that makes me so happy. Nowadays, you just almost always play Forsaken Bakai, right? So this lets us burn up the Royal Legacians. And we get another Nightfall activator. Like, this seems pretty reasonable. I'll start with Diana so they can't get our Roiling Sands down. And we can ping off their 3-1 and then challenge their 2-1.
Would you look at this place?
Oh, that's a good card too. This is one I'm really considering putting in the main deck.
No more lies. I will be heard.
Took it fair and square.
My board!
It's a trap.
It becomes a 3-1, potentially a 4-1. That's not bad. I'm pretty happy to end the round here. We're only burning 1 mana. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world.
History forgets, but the Black Rose remembers.
If I do this, how do we activate this next turn? Maybe it's worth it. We save 5 damage if we do this. But I really need to go after LeBlanc next turn, huh? Okay, I think this is reasonable. I'm just gonna play a blank Shadestalker next turn, plus Glenkeeper, plus keep up Hell Cascade. Like, if they get to kill here, I don't care. Oh, I was gonna say, what? Yeah, sure thing. Man, I haven't seen this guy in ages either. Plus, a 2-3 is actually kind of reasonable here. Like, they can't block with the LeBlanc or here, so. This is a pretty nasty turn for us, I think. I'm a little scared of something like a Whirling Death, so I'm curious if I should even attack with Diana. But I'm gonna go for it. I think the upside is much better. I wonder if they run Reckoning. That'll be something curious to keep an eye on. Like, they could play a Quicksand here. Another Quicksand?
My patience wanes.
Yeah. That's pretty much the exact worst case scenario that this turn could have gone down. If I just Pale Cascade here, what do we do? She becomes a 4-4. Doesn't do anything. I think I honestly want to cycle a card here, though. Like, I don't want two Pale Cascades in this matchup because the breakpoints aren't probably going to matter for the damage. Oh, wow, now we got punished. If I put the Pale Cascade on here to put this to 1 HP... Well, she would have leveled anyway, so that doesn't matter. Never mind. They only have 2 cards in hand. So as long as they don't, like, start magic mirroring everything, like some crazy unit, maybe we will make it out of this okay. But they're down to 11. Our hand doesn't look fantastic. I'm not terrified about our spot. I might just play Onlooker this turn blank. And just play our Pale Cascades. Or at least 1 Pale Cascade plus a Doom Beast. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, at least this guy can chump block. Plus, I'd like to play an Unspeakable Horror here. I see what you're doing. That's not bad. Now we're just hunting for Doom Beasts. As many Doom Beasts as we possibly can get. Or anything bigger would be nice too. Like a Shade Stalker, I like that. Actually, this isn't a great attack for them.
Mother Moon veiled me. What a treat.
Perfect. Now we essentially get 2 extra cards here. Pale Cascade can force them to use another spell. That's actually pretty good too. Okay. So card advantage not quite in our favor anymore. We can get aggressive here. Like if I Unspeakable Horror LeBlanc, she can't block. They could just summon an ephemeral copy though. So that's not the best idea. I'm just gonna go face. See what we can hit. Like a Cloven Way? Cloven Way would be pretty nasty. Or another Shade Stalker. A Moon Dreamer. I don't know if that's any good right now. This is a little bit of a racy situation, not a late game control situation. They're not doing anything. Like, they're not even creating an ephemeral blocker. If we get 1 big attack through here, hopefully we can just last long enough to burn them out. This LeBlanc is kind of a problem. But if we go here, they don't have any response left up, and they're down to 4 HP. I wonder if we can just hit, like, Great Beyond. Actually, at this point, they only have 2 cards in hand. We need to be worried about the rally, but... Oh, that's a good draw, too. That's a really good draw, actually. Alright, Duskbringer can chump block that fairly easily.
Death or the blade.
I'll just look for something big. Oh, wow. Oh, those are also good. Golden Sister's Lifesteal plus Elusive just kills them. And we have enough mana to play Nocturne plus Golden Sister next turn. And we can chump block this turn and not worry about it. Ooh, yeah, okay. So I think we should be okay here. Because these guys only deal 2 Nexus damage. And they still have to deal with the Silver Sister next turn, hoping to top deck like a quicksand or a strike spell. Man, I'm having so much fun in this matchup. I love, love, love Silver LeBlanc. It was the first deck I remember ever like building myself in Legends of Runeterra. I almost always net deck. Even to this day, I'm mostly a net decker. But when Silver LeBlanc launched, I played so much that day, and I loved building that deck.
Face me.
So why rally like this? Like, it doesn't even kill me. And I can just block this one. And they only, like if I do this, they put me down to 7. Then on the next attack I block, they put me down to 5. If I block now, they put me down to 9. Then their rally attack only puts me down to 7. So I'm essentially at 2 health higher this way. And so we still have Moondreamer to chump block if we want even. Which yeah, I was gonna say I would, because that would mean if they top deck a strike spell, they won't have any out. So now I'm gonna really slow play this. We're so, yeah, I was gonna say we have such a great chance of winning that I can just really slow play it to make sure that no matter what top deck they get, we don't lose. I was just gonna play Nocturne first, then our Golden Sisters. Awesome! What a stream! We didn't lose a single game. Yesterday I lost like I lost like 0-4 when I was off stream playing like Pirates and all these other aggro decks, but Nightfall, man, I'm telling ya, it's the spice of life right now. Very cool deck. I can check my record real quick, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I always really, really love that deck. I don't know, I'm a little sold that might be good enough to play in the tournaments this weekend, because I was not sure how it would play into the Samira Action deck. I didn't feel very confident about that one, but we beat Samira Action twice. We beat Draven Jinx, Draven Darius, and Silver LeBlanc as the aggro decks. We beat Heimer Jace, Ezreal Annie, and Sundisk. Like, we beat such a wide variety of strategies. So yeah, we went 8-0. That's kind of nasty. I have an 82% win rate with Nightfall over 17 games. Like, I'm kind of sold that that's for real. I'd love to get some more practice doing that, especially against like those Samira Action decks. But that's definitely at the moment. I'm feeling like that's probably my best deck at the moment. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow should hopefully be a nice long stream. What day is it? What day of the week? Tuesday. And the tournament's on Saturday. I don't have work tomorrow or Friday. So hopefully I'll get some like nice long streams and to really, really get some practice in. This deck felt really good too. I was actually kind of impressed with the slight tweaks we made, adding the Crescent Guardian. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're on Twitch, thank you so much for chit-chatting. I always really appreciate when you guys stop by. If you're on YouTube, come say hi to us. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you around.